From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arturo Quesada.
And I'm Elijah Carvales. One of the former New Mexico State basketball players accused of sexual assault has agreed to a plea deal and will testify against 2 former teammates.
Dr. Bradley will plead guilty to 2 counts of disorderly conduct. He will testify against Kim Aiken Jr. and DeShondre Washington. The trio was accused of the sexual hazing of other members of the NMSU basketball team. They were scheduled to go on trial next February. Bradley played 1 season as a forward for NM State. In 2022, the season ended early due to allegations that Bradley and others hazed, harassed, and sexually assaulted fellow teammates. Car theft is still a problem in Las Cruces, and Hyundais and Kias are what thieves like to steal. So far in 2024, 70 Hyundais and 38 Kia automobiles have been reported stolen in Las Cruces.
The Hyundai Elantra is the most frequently stolen Hyundai. Of the 70 Hyundai vehicles stolen so far in 2024, 49 were Elantras. The Las Cruces Police Department says owners of Hyundai and Kia vehicles should install the new anti-theft software. They should contact their local dealer for the software update. The police department also has free steering wheel locks available on first-come, first-served basis. And let's shoot over to Raven with our first look at weather.
Thanks, guys. Good evening. So we're taking a look at the current conditions right now. It's clear. We have about 82 degrees. Our winds are at 7 miles per hour with humidity at 12%, 24 for our dew point, and our barometer at 29.89. Meanwhile, our high today was 90 degrees, which was pretty hot. Our average 76 and our low at 52. We had a record high in 2003 of 88 degrees, a low of 32 in 2008. Today there is no precipitation or rain, but in the yearly rainfall there was 5.30 inches. Now we go back to the desk. Thank you.
But let's stay tuned because Raven will be back with your national weather forecast.
But first, health experts are worried about childhood obesity. More on that when News 22 continues.
I'm Paul.
I'm Chris.
And we're the Viewfinders.
Sunday at 11 p.m. on KRWG-Public.
Here at NMSU, we travel the world in search of new ideas.
The quickest way to get a great meal on the table is to work with high-impact ingredients.
It sounds really complex, but it's actually really simple to make.
You enjoy it too.
I love it.
For something that comes together with such little effort, it has huge flavors. Wow.
What you want to hear is the sizzle reel.
There we go.
That's flavor, baby.
This tastes like home, no matter where home is.
That is so good.
Let's get started.
Saturday at 4:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Thursday,
where news matters. And Raven is next with the national weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the national weather forecast today. First, we have around El Paso, 93 degrees, San Francisco, 72, New York, 70. We're also seeing a lot of changes in the weather as the season progresses. Phoenix is looking at 96, which is really cooler than it usually is in the hundreds. Denver at 73 and Kansas City at 84. On to my next map, we'll be looking at the current wind speeds and the wind gusts here. In the upcoming week, we're going to be seeing a rise in the winds, but for now we have about 17 miles per hour, and the more we go up north, the more that it increases into the 30s and even some 20s. On to my next map, we're looking at the surface map and the radar. As you see up in the Midwest area, we're seeing a lot of precipitation. However, in ours, we're not going to be seeing any chance of rain anytime soon. There is a lot of warm and cold fronts, however, so if they continue, we might be seeing some rain in the very far future, but hopefully we'll see some cooler temperatures. Thank you. I think that's it.
cover all the angles. We report the facts. We find clarity. PBS is here, delivering the credible, reliable, thoughtful election coverage you need to make informed decisions. PBS, your trusted election source.
This season on Fit to Stitch, we're going to fashion design school. You'll learn about shading, color, texture, and how that applies to the dimensions of fabric. These concepts will help you design your own clothes that will fit just right. We'll even take a few field trips. When I went to design school, I was afraid I wouldn't get it. There were so many rules, so much to learn, but I did get it. And if I can do it, so can you.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be looking at our local neighboring cities' temperatures. In Farmington, we have 72, Santa Fe 62, as well as Gallup. Albuquerque's 73, Socorro 76, Clovis 72, Ruidoso 67, Roswell up in the 80s, which is a bit higher than usual. Las Cruces at 82 and Deming at 79. Tomorrow we're going to be seeing Farmington at 71. All the temperatures are going to be rising slightly. Gallup is at 78, Albuquerque 74, Santa Fe 67, Socorro 79, Clovis 71, Las Cruces 85, and Deming 85 as well. In Alamogordo, we're going to be seeing some clear skies tonight with a low of 49 degrees, which is pretty chilly. Tomorrow it's going to go to a high with sunny skies of 82. In Truth or Consequences, it'll be partly cloudy tonight with 51 as the low, 84 as the high tomorrow with partly sunny skies. In Silver City, we're also seeing partly cloudy skies tonight with 51 degrees, and it will rise up to 84 in the afternoon as well as sunny skies. And in Las Cruces, we're going to be facing 52 degrees tonight, which is a bit cool, and 85 as the high tomorrow with sunny skies. Back to the desk, thank you.
Anime lovers had their chance to celebrate Halloween a little early at the NMSU Cosplay and Anime Convention last night in Corbett Auditorium.
In addition to dressing as their favorite characters, they also had an opportunity to buy several works of art from many artists invited by the host organizations of the LGBTQ+, Latin American, and Asian Pacific and Islander programs. But as soon as everyone emptied their wallets outside, it was showtime. Contests were to determine who had the cutest, weirdest, scariest, most detailed, and of course, the best overall costume of the night.
So I cut this and I got double-sided applique, and I used heat to press it on, and then I stitched it to put onto to keep it on that way. The whole thing's inlaid, so it's double-sided, so there's no open seams in the whole thing. And it took me about 3 weeks to make.
This was just one of the many events the organizations will be having throughout the fall semester. You can follow them on Instagram or through Crimson Connection to keep track of more events like this one. And Amelia is next with sports.
Thank you, guys. Coming up in sports, Lama McKenzie has the chance to become the all-time leading scorer for the Aggie soccer. You can tell us that remark because News22 Sports is next.
Having aired in the U.S. and internationally for over 3 decades, Wailana Yoga helped pioneer the modern-day yoga movement. With her clear and authentic instruction set against spectacular scenic backdrops and uplifting music, Wailana makes yoga easily accessible and enjoyable for people of all backgrounds and experience levels.
Sunday morning at 6:30 on KRWG-Public Media. Wonder who you knew before.
Welcome to KRWG's Music Spotlight. I'm your host, Scott Mercado, and on this show, we highlight local musicians performing original music. On the latest episode, our special guest will be Bree Bagwell. We'll explore her musical inspirations in a sit-down interview and listen to her perform her hits as well as her latest single, Hit the Highway. Tune in Saturday, October 26th at 10 p.m. for KRWG's Music Spotlight featuring Bree Bagwell.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Emilia Albornoz, and let's talk sports. Another conference opponent is coming to Las Cruces as the volleyball team will take on Liberty this weekend. The Aggies are on a 2-match winning streak after beating the FIU Panthers in 6 straight sets. This is what earned Kaisha Brown a Conference Defensive Player of the Week. NMSU will play Liberty on Friday at 6 p.m. and again in Saturday afternoon at 1. You can catch both matches at ESPN+. The final games of the NMSU soccer team season are must-watch for TV for Aggies fans. Most importantly, because Loma McNeese has 2 chances to become the Aggies' all-time leading scorer, after tying the record last week after scoring 2 goals against Jacksonville State. The team is on the road Sunday against Louisiana Tech, but their season finale is against I-10 rival UTEP at home on Halloween. The team is in the 3rd place in the conference, but with only 1 game between them and the 1st place, a slip up by FIU and strong finish by the Aggies could create a path for the 2nd straight regular season title. Aggie basketball is back for the men and women at home with the first exhibitions happening this weekend. The women's team begins the 2nd year under Jody Adams and 5th year senior Molly Kessler, who reached 1,000 points last season and led the team to the Conference USA semifinals. The men will also be under the 2nd season of their head with coach Jason Houghton, who only managed a 13-19 record last year but had a completely new team after the scandal under the previous coach Greg Heyer, led by senior Christian Cook. The women will take on Cameron University Sunday at 2 p.m. and the men will be in action Monday against Western New Mexico at 7 p.m. Both games will be at the Pan American Center or in ESPN+. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead on News 22, Raven will be back to take a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
Benvenuti a casa mia. I am excited to welcome you back to my home. So, pull up a chair and cook along with me as I share meals and memories from my table on this season of Lydia's Kitchen. Tutti a tavola, a mangiare.
Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
On season 22 of Ask This Old House, we're back on the road, helping homeowners all across the country learn how to fix problems at their homes.
Ollie, you're a pro.
Yeah, pretty satisfying.
Looks great.
Simple, fun DIY project.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
I am Maria Lloyd. My life has been all about the Mediterranean diet.
Super delicious.
I'll take you to some of my favorite places in Greece. And then back to my favorite kitchen. It's all happening on The Life of Lloyd.
Friday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Let's take a look at our top stories.
Former New Mexico State basketball player Dr. Bradley agreed to a plea deal Monday to 2 counts of disorderly conduct. An NMSU cosplay held their anime convention last night at the Corvette Center Auditorium.
Now let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. Tomorrow we're going to be seeing sunny skies as well as the rest of the week with a high of 85 and a low of 50 degrees. We're going to be seeing 87 as the high on Saturday and 55 as the low on Sunday, 89, low 57, Monday 90, 57 as the low, and on Tuesday it will be windy with a high of 81 and a low of 44. That's it. Thank you.
And that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in next week for more news. I'm Arturo Quesada.
And I'm Elijah Carvales. And from the whole News 22 team, Arturo, Raven, Amelia, and myself, have a good night and a great weekend.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Carmina Conde y le doy las bienvenidas de hoy a las breves con Noticias 22. Hace unos días, un exjugador de básquetbol de la Universidad Estatal de Nuevo México aceptó a declararse culpable a los cargos de abuso sexual que involucró a 3 jugadores del equipo de la escuela en noviembre del año pasado. Por si no recuerdan, en febrero de 2023 la temporada de baloncesto fue cancelada porque, según la policía de NMSU, los exjugadores Dr. Bradley, Kim Aiken Jr. y DeShandre Washington hicieron abuso sexual a jugadores menores del equipo. En un principio, el jugador Dr. Bradley se había declarado no culpable a los cargos de contacto sexual en cuarto grado y a los 5 cargos de detención ilegal. Sin embargo, el lunes aceptó un acuerdo de culpabilidad por 2 delitos menores que podrían contar con 180 días de prisión. Su equipo de defensa legal acordó poner a Bradley en libertad condicional mientras su sentencia está programada para marzo del siguiente año. Su juicio estaba previsto para noviembre del 2025 junto con los de sus excompañeros Kim Aiken Jr. y DeShandre Washington, pero ahora testificará contra ambos como parte de su acuerdo. Los otros 2 jugadores siguen declarándose no culpables y se enfrentan a 27 y 24 años de prisión. Eso ha sido todo por hoy. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Síganos en nuestras redes sociales y nos vemos la próxima semana.